They're safe here in this sanctuary. It covers 70 square kilometers and is sponsored by the Rhino Fund. The southern white rhinoceros has been wiped out in other parts of Uganda, but here 24 of them roam the savanna and woodlands. Raymond Opio is trying to find one for us. The ranger sometimes has to trek far into the bush to track one down. Finally, we catch a glimpse of Uhuru and her baby, who was born in June. The gestation period for the species is 18 months. We have to be cautious. Rhino mothers are ferocious in defense of their young.
Uhuru is like mother, like daughter. The mother is the same character. The mother will hear just a small stick breaking. She is very alert. She is already facing that area, that direction. That is what Uhuru is. Uhuru is a no-nonsense lady. So anything coming around, she will attack.
3 rhinos cross our path. The driver's getting a little nervous.
She's just coming to check.
The safest move when you see a rhino is to freeze. Then it understands you don't represent a threat.
They are
Want
going
to
that
scare
way.
them, but one is still there.
Can you see it?
Mm.
Okay, we can continue.
About 90 rangers work here. Angie Junaid is in charge. She's been running the Rhino Fund since 2008 and has brought a lot of new staff on board. And the number of animals in the sanctuary has almost doubled under her direction.
Well, the situation of the rhinos has been dire for a long time. There was a short period, maybe in the 1970s, early 1980s, where rhinos were pretty secure, and then the poaching spiked. The problem is, it doesn't just spike in one country, it spikes all over.
Poachers haven't killed any animals in the sanctuary. The Rhino Fund has been breeding them here for 18 years now. The first was brought in from Kenya, others from various zoos. When out in the bush among the rhinos, it's important to remain quiet. Walkie-talkies can make the rhinos restless. The rangers observe the animals' behavior during the day and at night, documenting where they graze, sleep and wander. The data are shared with researchers and zoos all over the world. Martin Lokiru is more involved with the rhinos than he is with his own family. He only sees them twice a year.
The rhinos are my second families. They are the one paying my school fees. They are the one helping my families, keeping them safe and free.
The Rhino Fund is financed largely by tourists who come here from around the globe. The sanctuary is one of the few places they have a chance to see rhinos in a natural habitat.
We've been all over Africa, Western Africa and Southern Africa, and the rhino is the one thing that we've not seen. So anywhere we've been looking for the big 5, we've seen them, but with the rhino has just evaded us. So this looked like the one opportunity to be able to see them.
The rhinos are only safe in the sanctuary because so many rangers work here. Raymond Opio explains their strategy.
The thing is, we are very successful up to today because of the community around, because we work hand in hand with the community around. And for this kind of project to stand, the first people is the community. A poacher cannot come from China, Asia, anywhere to come and poach rhinos right from where they are. They have to use the local people. And if the local people are your friends, it is the best. Now the local people are our informants.
Right.
Yeah.
And that includes the farmers in the area. They're allowed to graze their cattle in the sanctuary, up to 40 animals each per day.
This sanctuary, they help us to graze our animals. They have enough grass, which help the animals to increase on the amount of milk.
And the children in the area can now also attend school. It's financed by the Rhino Fund. The rangers regularly come to talk to the kids about the rhinos and explain why they're so important.
All of you know what a rhino is? Yes. What do rhinos have on their head? How many horns? 2. Rhinos use their horn to protect themselves. How do they? They fight using their horn. If the enemy comes, they will use their horn and fight. Do you know that? When we started here, people within this area, they were like, it's fine to kill an animal, to kill a wild animal. It is fine to do anything to the wild. Cutting trees, it was fine for them. And when we came to be here, it was a big tug of war to get a grassroots person to understand why we should conserve.
Raymond Opio spends a lot of time out on patrol. He hopes that one day rhinos will again be able to live free without need of protection.
It will happen that the rhinos will go back in the wild in Uganda, but we need a very tough law for that. And also we need people who are very much committed in conservation. My dream is to see the rhinos being put back into the national park and multiplying in numbers in the national park of Uganda.
But that will take at least 20 to 30 more years. Only then will the organization have bred so many southern white rhinos that some can be released from the sanctuary to roam free in Uganda's national parks.